Hi guys, it's Nell from Sun Illustriation Studios, and thank you so much for stopping by. So this week in the studio is going to be a busy one as we make the final preparations for the official shop update that's going to go live over at sunillustrationstd.etsy.com on this Sunday, September 15th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. First, I've come up with a new design for a magnetic bookmark featuring our beloved SunMojis. I'm going to be taking you step by step with how I made them, all of the materials that I use, and everything. Speaking of the SunMojis, I've used a company called vograce to help me turn these little cuties into acrylic pens. I'll be showing you guys how I ordered them, how much it cost, and how long it took to get to me. This video is not sponsored in any way by vograce. This is just me showing you exactly what I did. We've also got some regular bookmarks, spiral bookmarks, and notepads to make. So as you can see, we have a lot to get done. So let's get into the work, shall we? Okay, these are all the materials that you'll need to make a magnetic bookmark. So first things first, you're going to need a laminator. Now I got this one. It's the Bonsai brand. This one is an extra long or extra large laminator, thermal laminator, so it gets hot. And this one I think is 18 inches. And I got it for a really good price on Amazon. It was not very expensive at all. I want to say it was less than $20. I'll leave the links to everything that you see here in the description box. You're going to need 5 mil. It has to be 5 mil thermal laminating sheet. You don't want 3 mil. It's too thin. It tends to crack or break on you. And you don't want 10 mil because that tends to be too difficult to bend. 5 mil is the perfect thickness. I have tried all three, and this was the best one. So this brand is just a Walmart pen and gear brand, but you can use Scott. You can use any one that you have or find on Amazon or wherever. As long as it's 5 mil, you want to make sure it says 5 mil on it. You're going to need some sticker paper. This is just my normal sticker paper that I use for all of my stickers and stuff. You're going to need also, along with thermal laminating pouches, you're going to need cold laminate. This is the outer layer that you want to put on top of your design to keep your design intact, basically. Make it, I guess, waterproof or weatherproof. Any self-seal or cold laminate sheet will do. And of course, you're going to need some magnets. These are the magnets that I use. You use whatever you want. They come in these little sheets, and then the sheets break down into squares like this. And they are 3M, which means they have an adhesive on the back of them. So step one is going to be to laminate your laminating pouch. So the laminating pouches come as like a little pouch. It's like 2 sheets like that. You don't want to put anything between them, no sheet of paper, nothing. You just want to laminate it as is. We're going to put it through a couple of times just to make sure that it is fully sealed closed. This table is a little cool, so I'll lay it out on the table and it will cool down quickly on the cool table. So okay, now that we have our laminate sealed, let's switch back over to the computer and I'll show you how I set up the file to cut this into individual bookmarks. All right, now here we are in Silhouette. Now, before I begin showing you guys how I created these magnetic bookmarks, I just want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not a professional in Silhouette. I am not sponsored by Silhouette. Silhouette does not know who I am. I am just the shop owner who uses a Silhouette and uses Silhouette Studios to create some of my products. So I do not know everything there is to know about Silhouette. I am still very much so a beginner, and there are tons and tons and tons and tons of videos here on YouTube explaining how to use Silhouette, better ways to do what I did, quicker, faster ways. If you know a better way, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. But again, this is just how it made sense to me and how I made my magnetic bookmarks and designed them. So that's just my little disclaimer. So let's get into how I made them. So I'm going to turn on the registration marks. And the way that I turn on the registration marks, again, there are other ways to do this, but I just go over here to the right. There's a little open the page setup, little page icon. I just click on that. And then you can like tell Silhouette what size cutting mat you have, what size machine you have. It reads all of that for you. And over here, there's the page setup. There's like a grid type icon, and then there's the registration mark. So I just click on that and then just turn them on. Now I already created my design and the size and shape of my bookmarks. You can create whatever shape or size you use. Some people use Photoshop. I use GIMP, G-I-M-P, which is a lot like Photoshop, but it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, but it does work. It's very comparable to Photoshop. I'm just going to go and grab my project. I'm going to click on File and then Merge. I'll do that again for you. So File at the top left corner, go down to Merge, and I will go into my folder to get my bookmarks. Okay, so I'm gonna pull, we're gonna use Bodhi as an example. So I know that I made these bookmarks 1 inch wide by 3 inches is the design. And I want there to be a bit of an overhang when I go to cut the laminate, the thermal laminate that we laminated just now. So that they kind of hang over the sides a little bit. Okay, so over where we turned on our registration marks, over to the right, there are some icons going down the side of the page. There's where we turned on the registration marks, the page setup. If you go down, this is just on mine again, all the way down, it's a little star with sort of like an outline around it, and that's called offset. So I clicked on my project and then, or my design, and then I clicked on the offset panel. With my design selected, I clicked on offset, and I literally just moved the offset as many times as I wanted to get it to a point where I felt like it was the right distance from the design to where I want the cut lines for the laminates. And I used 1.25. That way the entire design would be about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So when the Silhouette machine cuts out the laminate, it's going to cut all this far out around where the design is actually going to go. And that way we have a better way of centering it. Now, if you just want the design and the laminate to be the exact same size, you don't need to do this step. All you would have to do was the next step. So if you don't want an overhang around your design, you don't have to have one. You don't have to have this at all. So let me take it out and I'll show you how to do it if you just want the laminate to be cut and be the exact same size as your design. So take that out. We'll select it again. We'll do the offset, but we'll do the offset as 0. And that is the extra line. So if I move the design out of the way, we have a cut line that is exactly like the exactly same size as the design. So again, if you don't want this, if you don't want that overlap or overhang, you can just do an offset of 0. But I want the overhang, so I'm going to go back and offset it for 0.125. And that way the entire bookmark is 3 1/4 inches tall and 1 1/4 inches wide. Now I also need another line that's going to be the exact same size as the design, because I need to know where the center of the laminate is, so where I can lay the design down. So I'm going to click offset and do 0. Now if I move the design out of the way, I have 2 lines. I have the overhang and I have the exact where the exact center where the design is going to go on the laminate. We want the Silhouette to score the inside line but cut the outside line. And the way to do that is we need to change the color of the cut lines. If I leave it like this and then attempt to cut, it's going to cut out both of those lines, and we don't want it to do that. So we're going to select this center line, make sure we have the center line selected, and we're going to change the color right here. So to the left, you'll see a red box with a drop-down menu. You can let that drop-down menu down and you just change it to whatever color you want. You just have to remember what you want each color to do. So we're going to change that color to purple. That's going to be our score line. And then we're going to change the red, the outline or the overhang to blue. So now we have one purple line and one blue line. Okay. So we don't need our design anymore because we know exactly how big that design is. And we're not going to print the design on the laminate. We're just going to print it on sticker paper. So we can get rid of that. So now we're going to grab both of these together. And the way I did that was I just put my cursor in the general area of where I want it to be and move over, and it will select that your cursor goes over. We're going to group those together. Now, I want to put a score line in the middle of our design or of our cutout because I want to know where the center of my design is. Now, we want this score line in the middle of our design. So the way that I do this, again, there are many other ways to do this, is I select everything, make sure that the line is on top, and I come right here to these three, it looks like three little columns with a line going through them. I'm just going to select the same one down in the middle, which basically means like it's the same design as the icon for it. And it basically just means that we're going to put this, we're basically going to center all of this stuff so that everything is exactly in the center. So this is the align tool, and it's align middle. And then this would be align middle like vertical. And this is align middle horizontal. We want it to be aligned horizontally in the middle of our design. So we clicked on that, and that brought that line down in the exact center of our cut. So we're going to grab everything again, group that together, and then because we're doing this on acetate and we're not printing anything, we can now turn our registration marks off. So I'm going to go back over to the page setup, back to the registration marks, and turn them off because we're not printing anything. We're going to attach the laminate to this sticky mat, and then we just wanted to cut this out multiple times. So because we have a full page of laminate, as long as we're inside these red page marks, we're going to make as many as we possibly can. So we're just going to select it and then select this icon at the top on the toolbar that says duplicate and make multiple ones. So this is one that I had already designed. The concept is the same. The blue mark is going to be scored. The purple mark is going to be cut. We just want to make sure that what we want scored is one color and what we want cut is a different color. Okay, so these are my settings that I have for scoring and then cutting through the heat laminate. For the inside line, we're just going to call it the inside line for now. And the straight line across, we want it to be to score the acetate. We don't want it to cut through. We just want it to score the acetate so that we know where the center of our design, of our bookmark is, so that when we go to lay our design on top, it lays right in the center. So for scoring, I have a blade depth of 2, which is how deep the blade will go through the material. A force of 20, which is how hard it presses down. Passes is 1, which is how many times it goes over the same cut or score in this instance. And the speed is 5, which is how fast the machine cuts or scores. And then for the cut through, so it cuts the outer line, this purple line right here, we want it to cut out the acetate. So we have a blade depth of 10, a force of 33, which is the highest. We have 2 passes so that it will go over the cut twice, and then a speed of 3, just so that it moves a little slower, and that reduces the likelihood that it will scratch or break the acetate before it cuts all the way through. Now we're going to switch back over to the tripod, and you guys will be able to see the machine score and then cut the laminate. Okay, now that we have our cut and scored laminate and our cut and scored top stickers and our magnets, we can put everything together and create our bookmarks. So I'm going to take a piece of laminate. Where we scored the lines at is where we're going to apply the sticker to. So we have our laminate with the sticker on top, and in the middle there's a score line that's going straight across. We're just going to fold, and there's your bookmark there. Now we just have to apply the magnet. I'm going to stick one to the bottom, try to get it in the middle. Okay, that's pretty good. And there we go. Okay, here we are at vograce. This is vograce, vograce.com. And this is what their website looks like. Obviously, as you can see, they make tons and tons of products. They have them all listed up here. They make keychain stickers, standees, which are little stands for washi tape itself. They do notebooks, sticky notes, enamel pens, acrylic pens, jewelry, all types of different things. So we're going to be talking about how we made these SunMojis pens. So we're going to go to pens and just hover over it. If you hover over any of these, it'll show you what products they're under there. But under pens, I just went to acrylic pens, and it gives you a ton of different options for acrylic pens. And then within each option are more selections you can make to customize your pens to look the way you want them to look. So we're going to start with just custom clear acrylic pens right here. We're going to go and just click on that. I knew that I wanted these pens to have epoxy on the front. And what epoxy is just an extra layer of epoxy really on the front that gives it a bubbled look. So all the SunMojis have their own personality. I wanted each pen to reflect their personalities. Let's talk about Bodhi. Bodhi is this SunMoji right here. She's so cute. She's all about love and kisses. I wanted her hearts and things to reflect into her pen. So I chose our front side epoxy holographic, and I wanted all the pens to be 1.5 inches. So I select the size. You select the size right here. And then down here, you can upload your artwork or your hollow film selections. I decided that I wanted her to have a heart hollow, which you can see has this pretty holographic hearts film over top of it, and it looks so pretty under epoxy. It just pops in beautifully. So I selected that for her. I selected her little clutch to be pink because that's her favorite color. And then you get to select the quantity. The minimum quantity that I can order for this particular pen is 3. I just left it as 3. The more you order, the cheaper per unit. So if I go to the top, this is the total cost for each pen. So each of the 3 pens cost $2.20 a piece. If I ordered 6, I would get 30% off $2.20 a piece. For Cooley, who is this character here with his sunshades, and Bookie, who is this character here with his glasses, I wanted to do a hot press. I wanted their glasses, since that's a big part of their personality, I wanted their glasses to stick out and pop. So instead of doing those acrylic pens with an overlay, I chose to hot press or hot stamp their characteristics. So you would come over here and choose the hot stamping, and as you can see, they have examples. And I wanted, again, it to be the front side epoxy. I wanted a gold hot stamping. I wanted the size to be 1.5 inches. And I think I chose black hearts for them, or maybe yellow stars. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I chose one of those for them. And because I was ordering two different characters, but they both had the same treatment, I guess, to them, I guess is what you call the same style to them, I did 6 and I got the discount. When you order your pens for certain products, especially like these type of pens, if you order more to get the discount, you can say how many that you want of each one. So you would just put it in your file names. I'll show you how I did mine. So I'm going to go to upload file, acrylic pen files. For Bookie, I did his body and face right here on this file. And then for his glasses, I did them on a different file. And I said how many I wanted of each one. So it explains all of that down here. They're also really good about helping you. So if you have questions or you're trying to figure out how you're supposed to do your files, you would just click on contact me and then just start typing and somebody would help you. And they work really well with me, and I enjoyed working with them. So I definitely would order more, and will order more if you guys like them. So, okay, so here's my order here. So altogether, I got 36 pens altogether. It was a subtotal of $86.10, and then I paid $14.82 for shipping. So altogether, my total was $100.92. I ordered this on July 26th, and because I had so many different types of pens and files and all that stuff, it was delivered on August the 21st. So it took about a month for everything to be made, shipped, and then arrive, which makes sense because, like I said, I had a bunch of different types of pens. Pay $100 including shipping breaks down to be approximately $2.80 a pen. So it really breaks down to being pretty good to get 36 of them, and then for it to be $100 and to take a month to be processed, made, and shipped and delivered. It's not that bad. So I actually really enjoyed it. I will definitely be working with them again. Again, this was not sponsored. I paid that $100.92 out of my own pocket. This was just something I wanted to try and put out to you guys and see if you like them. And if you like them, I'll definitely order more. So let me show you how they came, how they were packaged. They were packaged very well. We'll make some backing cards to put them on for you guys. And our pens have arrived. So this is the box that they came in. They came very well packaged. As you can see, there's bubble wrap in here, and it looks like they individually packed each kind. So there you can see how they were packaged. All right, so let's take them out and see what they look like. Now, obviously, I've already seen how they look, but I cannot wait to show you guys how they look as well. So they came individually packaged. So each type of pen that I ordered, it looks like they packaged them sort of individually like this. And then each one is also individually bubble wrapped. So let's crack open the first one. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and open all of them, and then I'll come back and show them to you in order. Okay, here they all are. I think they turned out so cute. I'll give you close-ups of each one. This is Bodhi, and as you can see, you'll see her. That holographic heart design is so pretty. There's Bookie with his gold glasses. How adorable is he? One of my favorites for sure. Look at Cooley in his shades. Golden shades. How cool is that shift? It's so cool. There's Happy and his stars. So stinking cute. There is Laffy and her polka dots. How adorable is she? You can see her polka dots dancing all over her. Here's Maddie with his red color. I love him. He's the only one that's colored, has this colored epoxy. As you can see that shine. My lights throw you off, I'm sorry, but it's the only way I can show you, but it's so cute. Look at him. Here is Uwe with his broken glass. Like he shattered the glass when he screamed, huh? It's so cute. Here's Cheery with his silver tears. How cute is he? You can see his tears kind of go. Cute as that. And then Uggy is just plain and simple. He is one of my favorites as well. I love all the fun, different methods I used on this, but it is just the simple things that look the best, in my opinion, at times. As I said before, I did not order many of these, so it's a very limited supply of these little guys. So if you want them, please head on over to the shop and get your favorites. And if you guys like these as much as I do, then I will definitely order more. Just send me a DM either on Instagram, or you can leave a comment in the comments box below, and I will order more if you guys missed out. These definitely are going to get restocked as soon as I know how well you guys like them. If you guys love them, then we're definitely going to restock them, and they'll be a permanent fixture at the shop. So that's going to do it for this week in the studio, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, all the products that you saw in today's video will be going live over at sunillustrationstudios.etsy.com this Sunday, September 15th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you next time.